Hi everyone, my name is Amber, welcome back to my channel. This is the Finally Fall book tag. I was tagged by my friend Angela this year because I tagged her last year, so this was kind of a revenge tagging. I'm just putting it out there now. I don't really know who to tag, but I will have tagged someone or a handful of people, and I will tag them in the comments below. So please open up the description of this video if you want to know who I've tagged. Without further ado, let's go on with the tag. Question 1 is name a book with a vivid setting. Obviously, I'm going to have to choose The City of Brass. I love this trilogy so much. I think it's one of the best world building books I've ever seen, or world building in books that I've ever seen. It's absolutely fantastic. I honestly feel like I'm in Daybabad every single time that I read these books, and I've read them a lot. I can't wait to get back into rereading them. It probably won't be until December at this point at least, but I want to at some point because I love it so much. I always feel like I'm there, and Daybabad is just such a cool city to explore. Question number 2 is name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic. My Dark Vanessa, hands down. I gave it 5 stars when I read it back in July, I think. It's absolutely fantastic, and I've never seen an author handle this kind of topic that well. I think the author is honestly so talented, and this is an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. I do want to do a full review on it, so I will probably do that soon, maybe sometime in November or December, because I want to gush about this book because it's absolutely fantastic. It's definitely not a book for everyone because it deals with such heavy topics, but if you're into heavy topics and you want to read something that tackles, well, the main character starts off at 14 and she is groomed by her teacher. So obviously it's very dark, not for everyone, but it is one that I would recommend to everyone if you enjoy reading that kind of thing. Question number 3 is share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. And for this one I'm going to choose The Five, which I also have up here on my favourite shelf. The Five is the story of the 5 women who were killed by Jack the Ripper. I've read so many books and been in so many classes where people are talking about Jack the Ripper, who he could be, what the whole mystery was it freaking Queen Victoria? And I've never been told anything about the women who were killed apart from that they were prostitutes, and that's not actually true. They weren't all prostitutes, and that's a complete lie. And so this book taught me a lot. It's one of my all-time favourites. I haven't reread it since I first got my hands on it. I read it as an audiobook, but I think I want to read it as a physical book as well, probably sometime next year, because it is one that I think I would benefit from rereading. I also made my work book club read it because it's just such a good book and everyone really enjoyed it, so please check it out if you haven't already. Question number 4 is name a fictional family or friend group that you would like to be a part of, and immediately I thought of Rules for Vanishing. This wouldn't be the nicest friendship group to be a part of, but I would actually quite like to sort of follow them along on their really creepy journey, not as like a physical embodiment or anything because I wouldn't want to be in danger. I just love their dynamic and I think it's really fun, so it's something that I really enjoy reading about with this book. So maybe I would like to be in their friendship group for a day, but not necessarily the entire time. The next question is show us a pile of full coloured spines. Obviously I don't have that here because all of my books are set up, but I can show you some full coloured book sleeves. So Angel, I will leave her Booktube channel down below, makes these, and I have bought so many from her because I love them so much. I think I've shown these before in some videos, but we have a cat one here, another cat one, and pumpkin one. We have Christmas dinosaur, so that doesn't really count as full, but I love them. We have a cat skeleton. This is probably my favorite one. It's pumpkins with outlines. I don't really know what kind of style you'd call that, but yeah, I love these book sleeves and they're really well made. I will leave a link to her channel and her shop down below. Question number 6 is share a book wherein someone is telling a story. So I would recommend Miracle Creek for this kind of thing. So I read it recently. I've spoken about it in my October wrap up, I believe. I think I read it in October and I gave it 5 stars. It's fantastic. So it's about a group of people who were involved in a bit of a disaster. At the heart of it all, there is this Korean family whose patriarch, I guess you want to call him, ran a miracle submarine, which meant it's like a sort of alternate treatment. Again, I should probably do a review on this actually to stop me from rambling. Basically, he did like alternate therapy for people with autism or cerebral palsy or various other conditions in an attempt to sort of treat them. And then this chamber that they're all in blows up and one child dies, an adult dies, and it's just a whole thing. So it follows the court case, and so in it, obviously, because all the characters are being interrogated or questioned in court, they all tell their own stories, and it's so good. I had no idea what to expect from it. I kind of bought it on a whim because it's such a cool cover, but it's written really well and I would highly recommend it. Question number 7 is share a dark and creepy read. For this, I'm going to choose A Head Full of Ghosts. It's probably one of the creepiest books that I've read in recent years. It's not one that I've read this year, but I read it a few years ago, and Quill, my partner, is currently reading it now and I think he's getting creeped out, which is always fun. Question number 8 is name an old favourite that you would like to return to soon. For this I'm going to choose Lock and Key. Actually, looking at it, I'm gonna also mention Throne of Glass, but Lock and Key first. I've read a couple of the books recently and I'm working my way through the series again before I watch season 2 of the show on Netflix, and I love this series. It's a 5-star series overall for me. I love it so much. The illustrations are fantastic. The villain is one of the best villains I've ever seen, and so this is the perfect season to reread this. And I also really want to check out the show again, even though I didn't think it was the best adaptation. There's probably going to be a video of that coming out soon at some point. And then Throne of Glass. I didn't really like the first 2 books, but then once I got to Heir of Fire, I started giving them 5 stars, and then I stopped before I read Empire of Storms, because that's when I went on my huge Booktube break. Probably like ruined my channel because it stopped growing. But I have really good memories associated with this series, not necessarily like the author or anything, but being with all of my book blogger friends and waiting for the newest book to come out and discovering it together. It's just, oh, it was so much fun back in the day, and so I want to reread it and also finish off the series because I haven't done so yet. And I know there's some controversy surrounding this series. It's not diverse, the author isn't the best, but I have some really good memories with it, so I want to reread it at some point. I might do a vlog on that. Let me know if you would enjoy that. Question number 9 is name a short, heartwarming story that could warm up somebody's day. For this I'm going to choose Pumpkinheads. This was adorable. It's a graphic novel, and I reread it again recently. I read it last year for the first time around Halloween, and it's just so sweet. It's the sweetest book, and it's all set in a pumpkin patch, and there are 2 co-workers, and without saying too much, they go on a mission together across the pumpkin patch, so you see all these different like shops and stalls and stuff. And there's also a very angry goat. And finally, question 10 is share your favorite cozy reading accessories. So first of all, I need blankets when I'm reading. I can't read just sat here in a t-shirt. I feel a bit uncomfortable sitting here now, to be honest, without a blanket on, because I love blankets. I also normally wear a jumper when I'm reading because I need to be warm and cozy. If not boiling hot, I like wouldn't mind if I was boiling and sweating while reading, because I just like being warm. I also like candles sometimes, but not all the time. It very much depends on the book and when I'm reading. So if I'm reading at night, a candle is fine. Not so much during the day. I find that the scent sometimes distracts me. I don't know if that's weird or not. And then we also have this really cool color changing light, which I will turn on now. I don't know if you'll be able to see it much because I've also got the window open for lighting reasons, but basically you can change the temperature, which makes things very cool. You can also make it a very bright white or a very warm white. I like to keep it on like sort of daylight. And then you can also change the color. I know you can't really see this, but you can see it going from orange to green to blue to purple and red. So I really enjoy this. I think it was such a good purchase because it really puts me, let me just turn it off. It really puts me in the mood for reading, or for gaming actually. It's really good to have neon lights when I'm gaming, especially in the dark. I think one day I will show you what it looks like with the blinds down. But if I want kind of cozy vibes, I'll change the color and change the temperature to kind of create the atmosphere that I want. And this light bulb was actually only £15. I feel a bit weird about having a light bulb that can connect to Wi-Fi. It seems really strange to me, and I'm convinced it's listening to me, but it's actually a lot of fun and it was quite cheap, so it's fine. So thank you for watching. That was the Finally Full book tag. Don't forget to check out the people who I have tagged in the description down below. In the comments, let me know what your favorite season is. Thank you again for watching, and I'll speak to you all in the next video. Bye.